Hello, my name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue for November 15th, 2020. Okay, I've got a burgundy potion and a Ghana pusnage, and I'm ready to go. Oh, look, there's a little rat. Let's try burgundy. Telepathy, very nice. I know where all the little guys are. That's not super important at this level, but it is important to know that I have a telepathy potion so that I can use it when I need to. Right? Now I have to kill 10 things, or 20 things, excuse me. So that I can know what this is. Alright. Lots of strange smells in the house today. Don't know why. Let's see what's going on. Oh! That's what I did. So I did watch a couple of those roguelike celebration videos. Some were good, some were bad. Did see the Darren Gray one. That was interesting. So for some reason, when I heard them talk about it on roguelike radio in the car, I thought that the what is a roguelike, just a discussion about what do you mean, what is a rogue in the first place? I thought that was an old one for some reason. But no, that was one of the talks from this year's roguelike celebration, so it got put up on YouTube like 2 weeks ago. It probably was talked about. The talk was probably given like almost a month ago, so it's pretty new. Something pretty. Which way do I go? May as well kill it and get credit for stabbing it with my guy. So that maybe I can find out things about this spear. I still have to kill 10 things with the spear to learn its secrets. The spear has secrets to secret spear. So that was fun. I mean, I liked the discussion about that. Well, I mean, some of the other ones were all right. It's kind of weird when you're listening to somebody talk about what they like about roguelikes, and they're looking at Slay the Spire or something like that, which has, some roguelike characteristics. It's fine. I mean, there's no reason to be super orthodox. I don't know what you mean by a roguelike, but if you're saying, well, in the past when people said they like roguelike, they told me about roguelikes. I didn't like them. That was another talk. And I really do. I like these things that aren't very roguelike at all, or don't look like this, right? Brogue looks like a roguelike. I mean, it's colorful, it has a lot of interface things that traditional roguelikes didn't, but I mean, it still is recognizable as what you'd think of as a roguelike, right? If you looked at this and you looked at Rogue, you would say they're in the same category, right? But I mean, there are, Brian Walker obviously learned some things somewhere about some things and changed it somewhat to sort of fit what he thought was going on. And obviously, those changes were very good. Right? This is a very good game. Even compared to Rogue, right? But I mean, it's a very good game compared to lots of things. It's a very good game. I made it, all right. So I didn't have to dance, I dashed. Okay, I have a +2 spear, that's good. So probably don't really need to work too hard. As long as I'm going up, I don't need to carry the door key with me. But I'll need it as soon as I come back down. Because that's a depth 4 door key. This here is a depth 3 door, so it can't be opened with the depth 4 door key. I mean, what crazy person would try to use a key they found on depth 4 to open a door they see on depth 3? That's just crazy talk. So you see on depth 3, there are no acid mounds, so it's perfectly okay to wander around. I'm going to try on the leather armor. Oh, that's obviously something, right? It's perfectly okay. So let's say I what is this? This is explosive swamp gas. That does not yet get over there. What do I have here? I think though that trigger for this one is probably close enough to burn up the stuff, the things, so I can get oops, it happened to get to the swamp gas. I'm still hallucinating, so there's no reason to go back, right? Can't choose from the things that are in the yeah, you can't choose amongst the items if you don't know what the items are. So no, I'm not hallucinating. It's perfectly okay to come on back and see what's in that room so I can choose. What do I like and what do I not like? Basically, there are charms. A negation charm, a recharging charm, and a telepathy charm. It's a +2. And +2 for telepathy charm is basically just long enough so that if you come down here and you press S, when you go down to the next level, maybe not this one actually, because I've been through most of it, through half of it, but when you go down to the next level, you should be just about at the time where you can use it again. And this tells me there are only 3 jackals wandering around, so I did a bad thing and cleared the level. Right? You don't really need to clear the level. You can try to avoid things. You can, you don't need to see everything. Although getting into that room is probably good. So I see where the room is. So let's see what we can do. You don't always have to kill those things. Probably should just let it go. Okay, now I've got rings. It's between transference and stealth. Let's go with stealth today. Which means I should work at not being seen. How am I doing? Telepathy is 43. Might not be able to get telepathy for the next level. Rapier is probably not, for example. Oh, I mean, that's not an example, but don't need to go down for the rapier. Yeah, so, I mean, some of the things were interesting, but I don't know how relevant they were. So let's say I wanted to make personalities in my roguelike. Talking about how people handle personalities in various situations might not be helpful, right? For example, in Crusader Kings, that might not be the right place for me, right? Crusader Kings might not give you the kind of personalities that would be helpful for the kind of stories that you want to look at for a roguelike. I mean, I did look at an old Tarn Adams one as well that I'd looked at before, and that is a reasonably useful way to think about things. But of course, I mean, he's looking at randomly generating villains, but then you have to worry about, well, if you randomly generated the villain, the villain has a hierarchy of, the boss has a hierarchy of sub-bosses and so forth and so on. You sort of have to give them motivations. And what happens if, the boss gets killed? If you've procedurally generated all this thing, then the boss can get killed. And then the sub-bosses, well, what do they do, right? That's always sort of important to know. All right. So I've use-identified all those guys. I did not use my telepathy. And the only worrying person is that goblin there. Everything else isn't too scary. So we'll live with it to where we can find things. So basically, well, I don't know where everybody is. But basically, I just, through use identification, had to decide to kill a bunch of things that maybe I wouldn't have done. There's a sword. Again, probably not too difficult. I think probably people have figured out actually what all the actual numbers are for all these things. Okay, so now I've swapped from some leather armor for some other leather armor. Got an enchanting scroll. I don't really know what I should use it for at this point. Probably not for the probably not for the leather armor. Chanting up the Ring of Stealth is good, but you can never avoid everything. Okay, but I mean, the what is a roguelike was actually a pretty interesting discussion. I mean, it's similar to the old Hero Trap episode of Roguelike Radio. Thinking that I may start going through those again, all of the old Roguelike Radios. I may have listened to some of them twice. But, I mean, it's been a while since I've listened to them talk about random things, so especially if I end up with enough time to work, I just need a half an hour a day to get through. Okay, there's some food over there. Food. I like food. Food is good. Scary though. Basically, the idea is you're not supposed to run around and kill everything. You're supposed to accept every quest. No, not a lot of quests generated in Brogue, but you can generate quests. If you like, when you build your own, right? But some of them should probably be things that you don't really need. What I got a wand of invisibility. That's bad. I think the ogre will be unconfused before me. What do I have? This is going to kill me. And I was moving around more than I thought I was moving around. And then I died.